If the Honda CR-V didn't invent the crossover segment, it certainly solidified it. So the company has a lot at stake when it does a major refresh. The 2012 CR-V is exactly that. Let's drive it and check the tech. Now, the first thing you've noticed, I'm sure, about the new CR-V is, well, that's a CR-V. It doesn't look so pedestrian, so cheap, to be honest. It looks like a much richer car. It's got a bigger presence on the road, especially from the rear. It is, interestingly now, also the entry-level SUV from Honda, since the Element is gone. Now, this new CR-V for 2012 starts about 23 grand, but that's not the CR-V we're in. We're in the top trim level with the top technology. This is an EXL with navigation, and only the EXL trim level can have navigation. Bear that in mind. You can't get an inexpensive CR-V and have that head unit, which might be okay, because that nav system annoys me. It's functional, but it's fugly. That should be their new trademark. It's okay to use, it's fine, it tortures a bunch of the letters and the readouts. It's one of the oldest systems on the market today, and it's got nothing that recommends it more than meh. So take it as what it is. Standard audio in this car is 160 watts and 4 speakers. But of course, we're in the high trim car, so it's 7 speakers, and that includes a subwoofer. And we've got 300 and something watts instead of a scant 160. Now, what's coming out of those speakers? Some new choices. First of all, check this out. I've now got Pandora integration through an iPhone connection. That's pretty cool. And you can get to your station list, you can operate the transport, you can do all of that right there from the screen. That's a first for Honda. You do the thumbs up and thumbs down function, that key Pandora feature, but you can't create stations here. You got to do that back on your phone, but they do show up nicely. Now, this 2012 CR-V also has built-in Bluetooth hands-free, that's fine, but also Bluetooth streaming. We've also got a USB pigtail down here where the iPhone's plugged in. You can also plug in a USB thumb drive. So you've got almost all the modern options for audio with the exception of HD radio and no hard drive, which is no problem to me. Now, the Bluetooth hands-free technology's got a new trick in it as well. Now, built-in bass. You've got text, reception, and reply on the screen. Check this out. There's my text coming in, and I hit the read button, and it shows me it visually, as well as reading it to me in her goofy voice.
Yo, dog, saw you in a 300, now you're in a Honda's business bag.
Then I've got these canned responses I can send back. As is current Honda fashion, and I like it, they've got this multi-display up here that goes to about 4 or 5 screens. There's your media readout, your efficiency readout. That could be a piece of wallpaper, put a photo there, real dumb, or you could go back to your basic clock. And of course, navigation can always take on this screen now and let that become sort of a rich helper screen. One choice only on this guy for a gearbox, a 5-speed automatic. They get a CVT in the Japanese market, I understand, but here, strictly the 5-speed, no manual. Notice when I go into reverse what happens. I get a rear camera with 3 views. Now, I checked it out, just walked around back there, and it's just one camera, so they're doing some cropping, basically, of the image or taking a different piece of the sensor. It works okay. The visual quality is not the best I've seen. And notice you do have guidelines, but they don't predict trajectory. They just give you a basic sort of a distance read. Tried and true up here in the engine bay, a Honda 2.4 liter, inline 4, sitting side saddle, front wheel drive is base, all wheel drive's available. 185 horse, 163 foot-pounds of torque. Both of those are up just a little bit from the outgoing CR-V. Gets this guy to 60 in about 9 seconds. Weighs well over 2 tons, by the way. MPG is 2331 in front-wheel drive. Get the back wheels to start helping out, and you lose 1 MPG per count. Then there's that Econ button in the dash. That intrigues me. Let's go drive the whole package. Okay, let's go for a ride. Now, I've got the Econ button on, and I'm getting these big green bars on either side of the speedo there, and that's going to show me that I'm driving in a green fashion, almost too obviously. And if I step on it, that goes away. Really numbs out the throttle response when you're in Econ. It seems to be one of the first things it does, and I suspect it's holding gears a little less lengthily. The ride's nice. It doesn't have any of those harsh moments. I'm on kind of a crappy road right now, and I'm not getting those pointy inputs from the bad asphalt, which is a good thing. As this car's gotten nicer looking on the outside, it needs to ride in a way that goes with that. CR-Vs to me have always sold well, partly because They feel light. They're not a big handful to drive, and this continues that trend. If you like the feeling of a lighter, well, almost a one-finger driving experience, the CR-V is still your boy. Now, we've got the all-wheel drive model here, and I can tell you this, Honda has upgraded that all-wheel drive technology a little bit, so it isn't rare that you get the rear wheels in the picture. They are feathered in, I understand, a little more frequently in everyday driving than they used to be. Not that it's an off-roader, but it will give you better traction in challenging driving conditions. And that mere 1 mpg drop for all-wheel drive, that's a pretty good sacrifice.